Hi everyone and welcome to a quick, by the way, I am using the phone to focus. Just before I start the video, basically I'm really thinking about getting rid of my GH5 because I just don't like some of the stuff that it does. I'm not 100% sure yet because it's one of these things that I love and hate. I love the camera, gives some great footage, but there's just some of the flaws in it that aren't right great. I may hold on to it for another month or two just to see if they bring out a firmware update to help the autofocus and stuff like that. But I am planning on maybe just getting something like maybe the Canon 6D Mark II with full frame sensor with really great autofocus. 4K, I really want 4K as well if possible, but do you know what, at this moment in time I just want good autofocus and good background blur. Now I know I don't want anybody to jump on me, and we're going to do it in fact we'll leave it for another video. So this video is about the Rode video mics from Rode, obviously. I'll just slide this transmitter off here. So I've finally gone out and bought myself, I'm just going to slide this back on my pocket, I don't know if it'll make any noise. I finally bought myself a wireless microphone, really for ceremony, and mainly ceremony, and speeches for the weddings. Now, I don't know if anybody knows this, but if you've done reviews on these Rode video mics, everybody says that 10 out of 10, apart from you sometimes get a bit of a shushing from the microphone. But they have changed the microphone now. They've changed the end, which doesn't have the adapter that comes off anymore. And it seems to be great. And Dave's been using his for a long time, and obviously I work with him, and I've listened to his ceremony and his speeches, and every time, I know for the past 4 weddings we've done, or 3 weddings, instead of putting mics on all the speakers, we've intervened in between each speaker, and Dave's ran in, clipped the microphone off to say the groom, quickly clipped it on his dad, quickly, he doesn't tidy the wire, just a quick clip on his lapel, put it in his pocket, bang, and then we don't have to mess around with loads of microphones, and it's worked flawlessly. So I decided to buy one myself so that we can mic 2 people up at once. Means we probably only got to go in once, if that, at speeches. And this is how it sounds. I'm not going to edit it in any shape or form. It's just coming straight out of my voice. I've got the microphone pointing down so it don't pick up that so it would actually sound considerably better if I pointed it up. But like sometimes when they're doing vows, they tend to keep their heads down and it'll pick up a lot of puzz. So it is best to face it down. It doesn't sound the best, but I'm sure it still sounds great. So yeah, I will do the video on obviously the proper review shortly. I have got the receiver set to plus 10 decibels. Basically you've got 3 settings, 0, plus 10 and plus 20. It's set to plus 10. And I've got the one on top of the camera set to minus 10. And I've got the preamp in the GH5 turned fully down to minus 12. The reason for that is you want your preamp in your camera, whether it be a DSLR or a mirrorless or whatever, they're always a bag of shit, so you don't use them. So you want them down as low as you can and let the Rode professional microphones that cost a lot of money, let them do all the signal work and just let your camera accept it. I could get a better sound if I was to unplug the receiver over there out of the camera into my 70D, my Tascam DR70D, and then out of the 70D into there, and then I'd have a better limiter. Because I have got the limiter enabled on the GH5 because the settings that I'm using are great for now. They're even probably great now and I'm speaking up. But if hello, that there will have definitely clipped if I didn't have the limiter on in the camera. And yes, I could turn this microphone from plus 10 to 0 and turn the preamp up maybe to 5 and then give myself more headroom. But I'd rather get a slightly louder recording, especially when you're going to use the microphone for the bride. If she speaks really low and you've got loads of headroom, it's not going to pick her up that well, and you've got to enhance it that much that you enhance all babies crying in church and all noise moving about. So I like to shoot a hot signal and use a limiter just in case it's needed. I'd rather have the sound of the limiter that I can hear to the trained ear, not to the untrained ear, and then have a louder bride. But anyway, I am in my living room, so you will be picking up quite a bit of reverb. I did do it upstairs, I did do the video upstairs and it sounded no reverb, sounded a lot better, but the video just didn't autofocus on the GH5 for this roughly same shot. It just didn't autofocus, it were pants, and it really pissed me off. So now I'm having to do yet another 10 minutes of my time, another video, because the GH5 just didn't want to work. Yes, I could have put it in manual focus, but you know what it is, I'm getting older now, and I don't know about any of you guys, but I found out I'm 43 nearly, I found out in the last 5 years that my eyesight and stuff like that, my hearing, my body aches, I'm a builder, by the way, through the day. So, you know, battering extensions, building walls, building roofs. I wake up, I can't move. Do you know what I mean? So I like my gear to help me. I've sort of gone full circle with wedding gear now. I used to like big pods and big screens, and I used to like big sliders and all the bollocks. Now I like my little 3-axis gimbal. I do like the mirrorless. I'll probably, like I say, I probably will give another firmware up, see if it, because there was meant to be a promise by Panasonic, one of the big masters, that the focus were going to get a lot better, but I'm still contemplating wanting better background blur from a full frame sensor and better autofocus, and you know, Sony's offer that, and low light performance as well. The GH5 is alright, you know what I mean, it's not pants, it's pretty good, but it is pants compared to Sony's and to full frame Canon sensors with dual pixel AF technology. We need as much now. I'm shooting on a monopod now, a Serwi monopod. We shot the last 3 weddings, two weddings should I say, or 3 on monopods. You will see some of the footage in the next up and coming weeks, and images on fill flash and all this. It's all coming up.